It's day 103 of our inventory transformation. I'm working on making these hermit crabs neon, so I have to age up all 4 of them. I'm definitely trying to save up my bucks, so I'm going to be playing as a baby. The cherry blossom event is going on right now, so I'm definitely going to spend a lot of time in the AFK zone and playing the games. It's my first trade of the day, and guys, I always feel like for some reason the first trade of the day always ends up being someone that has a dodo and then they don't end up trading us. So this person traded us and they just said hi, so of course I said hi back. And then they started tagging out, and guys, I almost always like when people start tagging out a little bit, and she said like, are you? Or this person said like, are you? And then they were tagging out. And that's a good indication to me that they actually tried to type in like YouTube or something that sounds like YouTube or looks like YouTube, and they got tagged out. I'm starting to get noticed like so much than I ever have before, and I think it's just because of this series. So once this person started tagging out, I actually said I'm Dewdrop, because I always feel weird about saying like I'm Brit, because I know there's like Brit Day cake and I don't want to get confused with her. And this person was so sweet and said that they love my videos. And then you guys will never guess what they asked us if we would offer for. Remember what I was saying about my first trade of the day and a dodo? Yeah, they asked us if we could offer for their dodo. And guys, obviously I'm super excited about this because I need 2 more dodos, but it always makes me like a little bit nervous to like trade someone that like knows me, because I don't want them to feel like I'm giving them an underpay for their pet. So I did what I always do when someone asks me if I want to offer for a pet. The first thing I always do is I ask them if they saw anything in my profile that they want for it. And then I always try to go look at their profile so I can see like what pets they're looking for. And I love like the trade history things, because I feel like it gives you like a good idea of like if they, or of at least like the pets that they're looking for or like they tend to like trade for. I also turned my party invitations like back on just so we could sometimes like go to the parties. I feel like most of the time I just close it because I'm like in a trade or I'm busy and I just don't have time for it. But a lot of times I do check them out just to see, because I'm really waiting for one to say like, you're going to get free pets if you come to my party. Just kidding. Well, I'm not really kidding. Like, I think that would be awesome and I can't wait for that party. But back to the trade. So let's go check out their profile. When I look at their trade history, I can see that it looks like they like pets that I usually like, so that's good. And the only thing that I really see that they're looking for is this petware, and we definitely don't have any of that petware that we can offer them. I know that the winged horse is like pretty close to the value of the dodo, or like, I mean, it's pretty close. So if they didn't find anything in my profile that they liked, I'm going to ask them like what they think about the winged horse. So when I went back to the trade, they actually hadn't like picked out anything yet or told us anything yet. And then eventually they said that they were looking for like the fairy bat dragon, but I told them that that would be like pretty over. I mean, guys, that would actually be like super over, but I'm telling you, it seems like no one really wants to trade their dodo away. So we might have to do an overpay. I know earlier on I said that I was not going to overpay for these dodos and we were just going to trade them away. But now that I see like how much everyone seems to like them, I really want to get this neon made and hopefully get an overpay for the neon. So eventually I brought up the winged horse and said that it would definitely be like a fair trade, and said that I could do like something else with it. Then they asked about the Mega Ratatasker and like a ride potion, and the ride potion would have been like right on as far as values go, but that Mega Ratatasker, I mean, when I look up values, it shows that it's like pretty good value and a lot more than the dodo. I absolutely love the winged horse, and I know I'm doing this poll like on my post page, and I'm actually asked people like what they think like undervalued like pets are. And I really feel like the winged horse is one of those pets because I think it is like absolutely adorable. So eventually they asked if I could do the winged horse and then a clover cow, and I felt like that was a very like fair trade for this dodo. Their dodo is actually ride, but this winged horse is actually a fly pet, and I would much rather have a fly pet than a ride pet. And after so many failed trades, guys, we actually got our 3rd dodo that we need. So now we just need 1 more. Then I had this person trade me, and they were going to offer for my house, and they actually said like, I'm poor, and that is never something I want to hear when someone's offering for my house. So if you remember, I said that I'm going to start taking offers for these ice cream house if someone's going to offer for them, because I just feel like At this point, we've saved up like a lot of bucks, so we don't need to be like saving our bucks as much. They started adding in like a bunch of pets. They added in this golden king penguin and this diamond mahi-mahi. To be completely honest, I'm actually starting to like this diamond mahi-mahi like even more, like or more than I ever have before. And I'm starting to think that it would be like a super cool like neon or mega and that I might have to make one. Then they added in like a neon eggie, and those were really hard to trade if you guys remember. And I know the neon mouse is really hard to trade, but I was definitely going to accept this offer because it's 2 legendaries. So once they put all that stuff in, guys, I actually accepted the trade and I was waiting for them to accept. I was actually going to be really happy with this trade. But while I was waiting for them, they started taking like every single pet out that they had added, but they only left the blue jay. And there is no way I was going to trade this ice cream house for just a blue jay. Then I had this person offer for my fly rosy moth or maple moth. They added in this magma snail, which is an ultra rare and it just went out of the game. But I don't actually care for this pet. And I have so many of these on my main account, so it's definitely not a pet that I'm like excited to get. So then when they saw that I wasn't accepting it, they actually put in a golden unicorn and then they just declined the trade. Probably if my rosy maple moth hadn't been a fly pet, I probably would have traded it for the golden unicorn, but remember, those are starting to get a little bit harder to trade too. But they declined, so it didn't really matter. Then I saw this person and they were looking for Great Pyrenees and poodles, so I put those both in the trade and asked them if they were looking for those pets. So then they said like, what for Pyrenees? And guys, I really didn't know. I usually just say something like cute pets that are of equal or fair value. I know a lot of people like this Great Pyrenees, but I also know that it's just not worth like that much. You guys know I need like one more nebula snake before I can make a neon, and I really like the blossom snakes. So I thought that might be a fair trade, or at least they could negotiate with that. But then when I went back to the trade and I actually asked them for those pets for this, they said, no, thank you. I think I'd be over, but good luck. And then they quickly declined. So I'm guessing that they thought that they could get the Great Pyrenees for a lot less than that. Then I had this person trade me and they put in a zebra, and then I guess they just wanted offers, but I just said that I wasn't looking for those right now. Then I got this offer for my Mega Ratatasker. And I know a bunch of you are going to say that I should have done this trade, but when I actually put it into the values website, or when I put it into Elfbred, the Mega Ratatasker is worth like 3.25 in shark values, and their Naga Dragon and the Sun Glider, even though its ride was only like 1.85 like in shark values. So it was definitely like quite a bit under. And then they started adding in like a lot of stuff that I can't really like put into a values website. Well, actually I told them that they were under, and then they started adding in all that stuff, and I don't really need like a bunch of stuff because I don't usually trade like petware and different things like that. And again, I have so much on my main account and I know that all that stuff is like pretty easy to get. The only thing that I was kind of excited about was the wings, but I wasn't really sure or I didn't really know like much about them, like the value of them. So eventually I just declined the trade. And I would say that if you're trading someone and they tell you that you're under, that does not mean that they want you to add in like a bunch of stuff. They want pets, like more pets. So I actually have my Mega Ratatasker in my trading stand, and this person offered next for it. This is actually a different person, and they put in the Sun Glider, and it is definitely under for the Mega Ratatasker. And then the crazy thing to me was like, they said like, just add a little, like even a neon dog. And I'm like, wow, then I would be like even more over. And I feel like people do that sometimes where they say like, just add a little bit, like to make you think that your pet isn't as valuable as it is. So I told them that they were way under, so then they accepted the trade, and so I just declined it. Then I had this person trade me and they wanted to offer for our fairy bat dragon. You know I love the fairy bat dragon, so it's going to have to be like a really good offer for me to trade it. They did add in this neon pup tune, which guys, I just absolutely love the pup tunes. I think they're so cute, but this is definitely an under offer. And I always get like really nervous with like the new pets and like what the value is, because I feel like values of pets, especially when they first come out, are a lot higher than they're definitely going to be like in the future. And it is guaranteed that whatever the pet is that is the easiest to get, like when an event starts, there is going to be so many of them by the end of the game or by the end of the event, that because everyone would have been able to get one. So don't worry, or don't spend your like cherry blossoms or whatever on it, because you'll be able to get them later after the event is over. Then I had this person offer a winter fawn and a robot for my Mega Ratatasker, and that is so under. Both of those pets are so easy to get, although so are the Ratataskers, but this one's Mega, so that makes all the difference. I'm still working on these hermit crabs, and this is the second one that we have to full grown, so we just have 2 more to age up before we can make our neon. Here's a really quick look at our inventory so far. Have I told you guys how excited I am that we finally got that 3rd dodo and we just need 1 more? Then I had this person trade me and they put in this ride robot, which guys, I'm just definitely not like super interested in the robots, and so I just told them that I'm not looking for those right now. Sometimes I've actually been going out and like picking my server just like in the video that I posted, so that the servers are busier and that we can actually hopefully get like better trades. And this one seems to have like so many more people on it that are actually moving in the AFK zone, and I'm so excited that they're actually trading there, so that we can collect the cherry blossoms while we're getting trades. So then I had this person trade me and they're offering for the diamond hummingbird. If you guys remember, this actually has like a crazy high value. So their offer is just way under. This person offered me a ride potion for the diamond hummingbird, which was even a lower offer than the last one. I'm really finding that this diamond hummingbird is also like really hard to trade. Then I had this person and they wanted to offer for a mega highland cow. Again, I really love the mega highland cow, and it's going to take a lot for me to actually trade it. And although some of you guys are thinking that that seemed like a really fair offer, it definitely wasn't. It was under like half the value of the mega highland cow. And the same thing with the sakura spirit or whatever it's called. I mean, I think they're really cool, but I'm not sure that the value is going to stay as high as it is like once this event is over. Honestly, even if they put all the pets, like the first offer and then this sakura spirit, like all together, like for the mega highland cow, I might have taken it, but probably I wouldn't have even accepted that. And I really like the sun gliders, but I definitely feel like the value has gone down like a lot for them. They're becoming like really easy to get, and as soon as they came out in the moon egg, everyone wanted one, and now it just seems like that's what everyone's offering me. And so I definitely know that there's a bunch of them out there and the value has dropped a lot. And I'm really curious to hear like what you guys think about the sakura spirit. I know I'm probably not pronouncing that the right way, but what do you guys think about this pet? Like, do you love it? I mean, I love the colors of it and I like that it's so big, but I don't see it being like one of my favorite pets in the game. Then this person offered me a gilded snake for this diamond hummingbird, and it was like a super under offer, and so I told him that. Then this person said those are worth like little to nothing because it's a diamond pet. And I mean, even though it's a diamond pet on the like values website, it's worth like a lot, or it has like a high value. And I'm really hoping that we can get something good out of it, and way more than a gilded snake. I pretty much like all the diamond pets that are in the game. The only one that I would say that I'm not interested in is the diamond griffin, but all the other ones I really like them. In fact, a diamond like mega like unicorn is one of my dream pets right now. So I just replied with an okay and declined the trade. Okay, so some of you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I actually tried to offer for this kangaroo, and I put in this diamond hummingbird, and if you put it into like Elfbred or whatever, it actually says that the diamond hummingbird is over for the kangaroo. But the thing is with like kangaroos and cows and elephants and different pets like that, it's like you have to like find something that that person really wants to trade, because the kangaroo gets like over offers all the time and people love that pet. And I definitely haven't heard too many people say, I just love the diamond hummingbird. I'm sure there are some out there, but, and I also saw where someone said something like, I know this is a little bit of an over offer, or if you guys remember, that's actually what someone said to us when they were trading for our Cupid dragon. And I thought it was like such a good thing to say, like to maybe get like the other person to be like influenced just a little bit to trade you or be more likely to trade you. They really didn't like that diamond hummingbird, and so I tried to offer them this neon dimension drifter. And the thing with the neon diamond or dimension drifter is it's not like a high value pet, and so it's kind of hard to trade. Or it's definitely hard to trade. And again, the kangaroo is not hard to trade, so someone doesn't really want to trade for hard to trade pets unless it's like their dream pet or something that they absolutely love. So right now, the neon dimension drifter and the penguin are both under for this kangaroo, and so I asked them if there was anything on my profile that they wanted for it. So they came back and said like the fairy bat dragon, and probably if I would have added this fairy bat dragon in with these 2 pets that I already have, they might have considered it, and maybe I could have have done like a little bit more ads to get that kangaroo. And then they said like the Mega Highland cow. And guys, I would rather have the Mega Highland cow than I would this kangaroo. And I know some of you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but really it just comes down to like what your favorite pets are. And I wasn't really sure if they meant like both of them. And I was definitely not going to trade the Mega Highland cow and the fairy bat dragon for this kangaroo. So then I just tried to add like a couple more pets to see if maybe possibly they would take my offer. Cause guys, you seriously never know. And you might as well just offer. All they can do is like decline and say no thank you. And of course, that's exactly what they did. But I guarantee you that I could possibly find someone on a server somewhere that would take our offer of the diamond hummingbird for their kangaroo. And we're just gonna go back to grinding and we'll just try again some other time to get a kangaroo. And another reason that I think that I'm not like I have to have this kangaroo is because I actually already have a kangaroo on my main account, but I don't have a Mega Highland cow. All right, then I got this offer for my Mega Hotbot. They did add this legendary, but it's like really hard to trade the Lunar Moon Bears are, or they just don't really have like high value. I do think they're pretty cute though, because I like all bears. And then they put in this neon baconako. I mean, I do think they're cute, but I think they're just, I don't know. I just don't think the value is going to be very high on them. Then I had this person give me like a super under offer again for this diamond hummingbird. I do think the snorgels are so cute though, but definitely under. And I'm just going to have to wait for like a really good offer for this diamond hummingbird. I'm just going to have to wait it out. Then I had this person trade me and they wanted to offer for the Great Pyrenees. They put in an ibis and I just definitely didn't want to accept that for the Great Pyrenees. So then I told them no thank you, and then they ended up putting in like a baconako and I definitely didn't want to accept that either. And then they added this ibis back in and then they put like a weevil with it, and guys, I just really did not want to take any of this or any of these offers for this Great Pyrenees. And again, guys, I saw this person with a turtle. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm like, I'm just gonna offer because all they can do is decline or say no thank you. So I offered them this diamond hummingbird and this neon dimension drifter, and I knew that they would probably say no, and they did, and that's okay. And that's the end of day 104. Bye guys, until next time.